first thing you're going to do is realize that this song is in quarter time, which means there's 4 quarter notes. And the kicker is that each note has five notes, right? So it goes click, 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 but click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, click, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's in quintuplets, right? So the first thing you're going to do is play singles in quintuplets and move the accent to each position just to see how it feels, but keep a quarter note on your bass drum, or the one of the, well, not or, it's and, right? They're both the same thing. The one of the quintuplet. So right? So you've done that, and you see that it's the way that 5 feels against the 4. So now the next thing is that if you look at what Dana Hawkins is playing, the first thing he plays is a halftime shuffle. When I had a lesson with him and I asked him, yo, bro, what's going on in sweatn? The first thing he played, and really one of the only things he played, was a halftime shuffle. Right? But he's running it through the quintuplet grids, because most of this song is groups of 3 ran through the quintuplet grid, right? That's predominantly what the song is about, and then quintuplet time shreds, right? So now that you're in the shuffle field, you see, so it's not that hard because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the next one is on the snare, and then the next snare is on a flam. So it's kind of not that hard, and it's the same thing as well, we're gonna talk about that in the bass solo. So now that you're in the shuffle, you're gonna have to start playing some groups of 5, right? Because Evan, he's playing in 5. The song is in 5. It's in quintuplets. So the first thing you're gonna have to learn is the paradiddle 5, and to get that quarter time is like like its most basic form, right? It's 1 bar with a kick, then 1 bar with a snare, 1 bar with the kick, 1 bar with the snare, right? Upbeat, downbeat, upbeat, downbeat. It's still in 4, but there's 5 notes grouped in 4, right? So that means that you're gonna play the paradiddle 5. And now you're gonna start to move around the double, right? So you're gonna move it to the 1st or the 3rd, and you're gonna start to combine different stickings made of the same pieces, right? Now you're getting into a more focusing on gradation and dynamics and building a melody, and you're using these stickings to get there. But you at first you're just gonna mix random ones, but as you play them to music, music is going to tell you like what is good and what's not, you know. But the only way to find out is to try it. So you have downbeat, upbeat, right? And that's what I love to like do is right, left, right, right, left, then flam, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, flam, right, left, right, left. It works, and then you can move the snare, and then maybe do a soft flam to ba, you know, to ba, da, and just like move it around, you know. So here's what that sounds like. Now we need to talk about this, right? Is that once you start flowing, you're going to realize that a lot of Dana's kicks start to go from the last note, the 5, and the 1, right? Right? So you're going to have to get used to like doing that. And the next thing that I want to teach you is a cool trick. Is you put a dotted kick in between an upbeat and a downbeat in any rate. So, see, so it kind of has a snap, right? And like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know. So that's like a cool thing that like you like can do, you know. And the slower your song is, the more easy it is, right? Right. So you're putting a dot in between, you know. That's a cool thing. So the next thing that Dana talked about was putting radima cues inside this field to create static at different places. So instead of doing a pinch or a ghost note, he uses the radima. So every time there's a pinch or a ghost, instead he does a radima cue. But in 5, you just add one more hit, and it becomes, you know, that. Stuff, and you're obviously going to play the fill that I just played there, because it's pretty much the most basic fill that you can play. That's in 5. 4 toms, one kick, each are doubles. Right? And another cool thing you can do is the force rise 5. So that's a right, but what Dana Hawkins does more and likes to do more than just shred, at least within the song sweatn, not shredding, is that he's playing a lot with 2 hi-hats, right? Because he's a fan, and him, it's here, but you can do the same thing here, right? So he's playing, but then he starts to create melodies. So you can go, right? Buzz, accent, buzz, buzz, accent. You can start to do cool things with buzzes and stuff, and that brings us to all of the fact that you're still in quarter time means that the sextuple grid is just right there. it's one away. So as you're playing in 5, you can just start throwing in 6s and bleeding them in and out. Like, think of a buzz roll, you and doing different rates, how it bleeds in and out of the rates. See, like, but within your stickings, right? It's not just a buzz roll. So to do a 7 because you just do the 7 version of that sticking and do 7 each click, a septuplet. Get to the bass solo. The bass solo, before I talked about how I do Steve Smith stuff where 3 hits per hand and you move the flam around thinking about 5. But the way that Dana seems to do it is more the French and the Swiss way of you take. It's a known exercise I saw Peter Haas do. And guys like Klaus Hessler, Peter Haas, these are the kind of things that they work on. And it's you take a Swiss triplet, right? And you do an accent each one of 5 in groups of 5. So it's again the same thing, right? You're playing a sticking, which is 3. But you're accenting each 5th, well, the one in each 5. So you're running through 3 and 5 and the quintuplet grid, right? Because you're still in that. So now there's kind of like 3 things to think about. It's a little more weird than just playing that, than just playing straight quintuplets, because now you're only playing stickings of 3, which is going to create like this overriding effect as well as the polyrhythm effect of stacking 4 and 5. And now you got that 3 going the other way, right? Well, now the 3 is moving it like that, and that's how we're getting these 3 dimensions, right? So oh yeah, so first I just need to say that there's gonna be there's gonna have to be soft flams. So you're gonna have to work on soft flams, right? Because not each one of your 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 is going to be a hard hit, because you're only going to hit hard once every 5, but your sticking is 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and that's what's going to make it move. And that's pretty much like the cheat code to playing in 3 but still making sense in 5, right? And once you just hit 1, you can start to play and just all of your 5 claves, right? You don't just have to go 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5, you know. But at first, that's the foundation of it all, and if you can't do that, then it's hard to add stuff. Like you can fake it, but it's not going to flow as good as him, you know. That I really like to do, so let's slow it down and bring it back up so it's actually tight. It's kind of weird for me to do this without the song and without a click, which is what I heavily lean on to play rates. Is there's a click and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, and that's like what I base the like time off of, and then I try to match my feel to like the song's pocket. So anyway, we're gonna do this slow. So a cool sticking that's in 3, which is more the Steve Smith style, is like 1, 2, 3, 1. Sticking, right? So that's based off, that's when you collapse together to make 5, right? 1, 2, 3. You just, 2 of those notes become 1, right? One of my favorite things is a that you can do is just play a paradiddle, but in quintuplets. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with paradiddles inside it. same thing that we've been doing the whole time, right? Because this song shreds, you know. So it's pretty much like the way to play sweatn like fully, you know, like you just have to learn these types of stickings, and there's more. There's right. Right, there's that one. There's a cool one where you put a 9-stroke roll in the quintuplet grid. You see how there I went from the 9-stroke roll inside the quintuplet grid to the Swiss triplet thing, right? And that's pretty much what he's doing. He's playing these melodies and he's trying to create tension and release and melodic interplay and just having fun, you know, because within this band, the drummer gets to have all the fun he wants and take all the exercises that he's been working on and really test them within their highest form, you know, if you want to put it that way. So let's talk again. You start in doubles, right? You start in doubles to calibrate your quintuplet. Play a shuffle. Playing a shuffle. Basel stickings because the Haitians speak Creole, which is just French with a lot of S's and W's. If you've ever read a Tour de Gab, you know, a watchtower in Creole, and you speak French, you're going to realize this. And in drumming, you're going to realize the same thing. Because Haiti was colonized by France for a long time and did very well until France got kicked out. And then Haiti got screwed over by the Clintons and all of that jazz. So anyway, point being that Swiss basel drumming is heavily based on the quintuplet grid, and they collaborated throughout history with Swiss and German. And a lot of the French stuff, especially the stuff in 5, was kind of given back and forth between Swiss and French. I mean, that's why CERN is in Geneva, right on the border of France and Switzerland. Like there's a relationship there, and there always will be, and you really see it in Dina's drumming. All these Haitian type French battle drumming, you know, like the French snare stuff, you know. A lot of people don't give credit to German, French, and Swiss drumming and how they have swing and they have quintuplets and septuplets and all of this stuff. And we act like it didn't exist, but it's always been there. And I mean, what were the people in the past hearing, you know, battle snare, military music, like this is the kind of stuff, you know, that was around before the music industry and all this stuff, you know, in the 40s and the 50s, but before that, you had fucking snare drum, and all these cool things, right? So that's how you play sweatn, and I mean, like, anyone can play this song if once you conceive it properly, you know. Don't see it in the Annika Niles way of every bar has to have a kick and a snare, you know? It's not that. That's not what's going on, you know? Like, it's barely the other way. You know, it's barely that, because it's more a shuffle, like I said, even though that is going on. You know, that's what's weird about teaching songs like this, is that there's layers of conception collaborating to make, you know, something that's orchestral and symphonic, you know. Like, it's not viewed as just a beat. Like, you are the flutes and the sax and the this and the that and all of the things creating these polyrhythms within, you know, classical video game music. So anyway, sweatn. You're gonna spend so much time on it, you're gonna play a play groups of 6 and 6 of groups of 7 in septuplets, but you can also play your 5s inside a sextuplet or a grouping of 5 in your septuplet, right? Which is what just happened. Happened there. You have to see these as systems and apply them. You know? Sweatn is to be able to play everything you've ever played in any song inside the quintuplet grid and nail the fucking punches. And the more that you can do this, the closer you're gonna get to your heroes. Because when Dennis plays, I mean, that's what you see going on, you know, like he's playing a shuffle and then he's playing all this odd time kick and snare stuff that adds back up to 4 in the bigger picture, and they're all losing their mind. And well, the next thing that you have to get to play like Dennis is doing this very fast. And not just doing this, but playing your stickings. Even this one. I see Dennis play that, but do that all the time, because he's in 4, and to take it 1 faster, instead of going to 8, you go to 10. All the time, and it's all quarter time shreds. Viewing 1, 2, 3, 4 as much space or as little space as you want per upbeat and downbeat, and then doing that against different cycles. Like now we are talking about doing 5 once per every click, but what if we do 5 every 2 clicks? Well, now time is going to get different, right? Or 5 every 3 clicks. There are some songs that are based more on 1, and then this is going to, you know, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, like not all songs are quarter time shreds. Some are 3 and some are 2. But that's a cool way to get bigger stickings to like work. Like even inside your 4/4, you know, like the way to get down a sticking in 11 is to play it in all rates. You know. So when you're playing, instead of being forced to squeeze 11 notes in a tiny place, which is fun and you should do that, but it's a lot easier to view it the quarter time way, you know, which is downbeat and upbeat. Even the Ningo works the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So even that is doing that. So now you're gonna use that, right? You're one note and 1 rate away. Like you fall into 11 against 2 clicks, right? So like that's like a cool way to like do really long stickings and stretch them out across time. You can do the same thing like thing you're gonna want is to take a doubles and play accent every 5 in quintuplets. Right? And now the next thing, keep the same thing but do 3. So every 3 is just instead of it being right hand, the other note. Now it's right hand, left hand, and that's how your brain is going to see it. You see how like it gets like, whoa, what's like going on? And I mean, that will all work in your advantage in playing sweatn. Is to really clean up your quintuplets to the point where you play every single possible way, you know, like. And that's really how dense that song is, and that's what makes that song so good. Is that Dana, even though he fits in all this stuff, it's all so musical and at the same place, and the feel never changes, and you would swear he was playing a shuffle the whole time, and yet he's doing all these things, you know. But it's because he really took time to practice 3 and 5 and 5 and 3 regarding rate and group. And once like you take time, and he even told me sometimes they play it live in 6, fully in 6. So the whole time that the song is in 5, Dana is boxing rate up. And that's something you see all the time in 7 to the power of 6, the same thing. When the song is in the second half, it's 6/4, but you play septuplets on top. So boom, 7 from 6, 7. And now, the thing that makes most sense is you play Naningo. You know, you play that a lot, and then you start to shred, you know? And that's a perfect bass to start with and to trampoline off and do full of drum back flips and front flips and ball grabs and whatever kind of tricks you have inside your pocket, right? It's the thing, your tricks have to be inside your pocket. on hell.